Hey, what's up guys? Diego here. So today I have this 2002 Passat 2.8 all-wheel drive. So we need to do a transmission fluid change, and we need to fix the rear output seal on the transmission because it is leaking. This is the part number. Let's see if you can see that. There's that. It's like $8, so not too bad. The kit for the transmission filter is $25, and then $30 for the Max Life fluid that complies with the Audi spec. It's not really too hard. It's pretty straightforward. I think what's going to be more challenging than anything is going to be that rear output seal. So what we need to do is drain the fluid, take out this, and then fill it through this port because there's no dipstick. So you really never know how much fluid's in it unless you get under it, level the car off, open this up, and see how much fluid comes out. Just because we know it's leaking, I'm going to change it without checking. But once I fill it up, I will have to check it so I can show you then. You will need this tool right here. It's the Badge special tool, the Audi special tool, and there's nothing special about it. It just goes in here and make sure that the fluid goes into it rather than just shooting straight up like some other kits for other transmissions. This one doesn't screw in though. This one just sits on there, so you gotta be careful filling it up. We're gonna start by removing the drain plugs. And then while that does that, we can start removing the exhaust. Alright, so that's not that size. The rust made it seem like it was. So it looks like it's an 8. Yep, it's gonna be tight just because of the rust. I just want to make sure you guys can see. Okay. Those. That fluid does not look good. Should be red, and you can see it's gritty. So this transmission has seen better days, even though it only has 60-ish thousand miles, which is extremely low for a car this year. But that's what happens when you don't take care of your car. It's not this owner's specific fault, it's the owner before him. You can see everything has gone quite bad. All the CVs need to be replaced, the front axle seals need to be replaced, the rear axle seals need to be replaced. Not these, the axle output, or the differential output, should I say. And then we moved this big one with a 17. I don't think anything should come out, really. But the manual states to remove both. So I'm gonna do that, just in case. Alright, so looks like not much came out really. Let me see if there's a, no there isn't. It's just, there's two drain plugs. So now we gotta get right. We gotta get right there. I hope you can see that. Let's see. Right where that orange wire is. Is that a wire? Yeah, that is a wire. Right underneath that orange wire. That's the drive shaft. We need to remove the drive shaft, and then we can get the seal. Hopefully, I mean, I hope I'm not doing this all for nothing. You know what? Some of these Audi cars are difficult, and I want to make sure before I remove anything. So I'll be right back. All right, so I am not doing everything for nothing. The seal is there. There's no specific way to get out of it. I was just hoping that I don't have to take out the transfer case to do it. Sometimes it's silly like that. So let's keep going. Let's remove the exhaust. It's kind of loose. That's it. Get it done. Well, I'm glad that came out nice. Put a bunch of rust penetrant on there, so I would hope so. And then let's take out the these puppies. Okay, it's almost out. Okay, it's almost out too. Let's hold it. I put WD-40 on this. Otherwise, good luck getting it to move. Okay. I'm gonna do a little gymnastics here when it's out. There you go. Put this down and then go to the middle. Hold that side up. Hold that side up. Use no taps. Oh, would you look at that? I knew it was too much. I knew there wasn't enough holders on there. It's like, that's it? That's all that's holding? Clearly not. Wow. Okay. So that seemed to work, so use my bigger one. I should probably wear my safety glasses. I haven't got anything in my eye yet, and I don't want to. Okay. Let's do this side. Alright. That worked. Put this here. So easy. Okay, let's see. What can we do here? What can we do here? Can we grab it from? It's gonna be fun to put back up, I can tell you that. Probably if you're in the floor is a little easier. Okay. Alright, nobody move, everybody gets hurt. That don't look good. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that. Came out. Am I missing one? Alright, it looks like you guys can see in there. I gotta take out the, what, 6 6-ish bolts for the propeller shaft or drive shaft, whatever you want to call it. And then those 2 Torx for the shield, heat shield looks like. And then these 2 look like 13s for the carrier. And then another 6 back here. And then once we do that, we can remove that, and it looks like we can finally get access to our seal. So far, not so bad. Knock on wood. Do I have any wood over there? Okay. I'll knock on wood. There you go. Alright. So this looks like a 6. Yes, ma'am. I know it's on an impact socket. I know it's not an impact socket, okay? These really shouldn't be that tight. I need to hold this up. Maybe I should use a different light. Make sure the socket is really inside there. But it's really just, you're gonna have a really bad time starting. You're not gonna be able to see anything anyways. Just not like from the outside. I can't see anything really. So. There you go. So you can see when I put it in, well, I don't know if you can see, but when I put it in, it's not all the way in. So you basically do is just there, make sure it's in. When it taps it the first few times, make sure it's not spinning, just turning the hammer. And when it turns the hammer, it's gonna drive itself inside. Nope. Alternatively, just put it in and tell you guys, you really don't want these to strip. Ten, 11, 12, 13. Let's see. Down. It's not coming down, so that's not good. See it separated. Ooh, these don't feel good at all. Not at all. Feel really bad. Okay. Is there another one? Okay. There isn't. So just gotta remove these. They are T45s. I'm really ashamed to admit, really, how long this took me. There's actually a T40 inside. So let's take it out real quick. Okay. So, wow, what a difference, man. What a heckin' difference. Okay. Now that's out. So I had removed these. The problem is, it's a T42. The problem is, Identifix sucks, and it seems like you have to contact them for everything. That. Another one that fell. Doesn't look like it. Right, Identifix sucks, and then the front seals actually come out with a slide hammer or by taking out the rear piece of it first. I'm trying to see what condition this is. I'm gonna call that good, and it's really gonna be my funeral if it still leaks. Not much I can do if it still leaks. Well, I mean, there's obviously something I could do. I could get the seal, but I'm gonna bet that the auto parts store doesn't have it. And I'm gonna have to reuse it. So obviously I need to finish this today. All right, so cleaned it up, put the new seal on there. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, should be able to at least. Put the new seal in, kept the old seal simply because it still has good elasticity to it. And then I actually put the seal in with a number 36, just right on there, slowly. Put some grease around it to make sure it slides in without pinching itself. And it's ready to back on. So to do that, you basically put it on like we took it off. All right. We need to make sure it's well lubed. Some of this oil. And clean this off a little bit. Basically snug them up. And since Identifix sucks, can't really get a torque spec on them, but screws are made not to fall out. So as long as you put some pressure on them, everything will be all right. Clean this up a little bit. Snugged up. We just need to put this. Let's go back on. Real quick. So now it's basically a reverse of removal. So drive shaft, or I'm sorry, heat shield, no. Drive shaft, then heat shield, then exhaust, and then I'll be back to remove the transmission oil pan. Alright, so as you can see, everything's back on. Exact same way it came off. Drive shaft, heat shield, exhaust. I'll put some WD-40 on that so it comes back on easier. On these I actually put let me see, you can see on these I actually put blue strength Loctite. That just make sure it's not gonna vibrate off. I also put some blue Loctite on the carrier bushings, and I tightened these back up so they're snug. So as you can see, I dropped off the transmission pan already, and everything looks pretty much normal. I don't see any metal anywhere, so I mean besides the pan, but I already brake cleaned it, cleaned the magnets off. There's 6 of them, and then make sure everything's clean, go back on. Then this is the new gasket that we got to put on, and the new filter. The name, or the here it is, 96029. That's the transmission filter kit from CarQuest, or Advanced, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, I mean pretty much putting it back on is as simple as taking them off. The filter was a T40, and there's a screw here and here, and the pans, there was 27 if I read that correctly. It was a T27. So simple as that. Let's put this filter on real quick, and then I'll show you how I line up the gasket. Make sure it has some oil. Grab some from the pan. It's lubricated. Okay. These ones aren't so important with the Torx because there's a metal rod in between the plastic that will actually not let it go past that. So once it's tight, it's tight. It's not coming down. Promise you that. Don't hold me accountable to that, but you know how it is. And sometimes if we get lucky, if we have a good day, we can put it on backwards. We can put it on, and the screws will be, yep, smaller or bigger than the hole. You'll be able to start them up before putting it up, and that way you don't have to hold the gasket in place. So I'm gonna do them all, and I'll put it back up. Alright, so they're all started, just the tip, and we clean off the edge to make sure there's no debris. Already did that. Make sure there's no liquid. A little bit of gasket here, really will be fine. you do more damage scraping that off than getting it out. So go ahead and put the tip, the T27 back on your gun. Slowly, and be sure you put it back on. And just start out. One. And the corners. There you go. Do all of them. Snug them up. I'll come back when I finish it. Alright, so everything's snugged up. Right around when your gasket starts to squish out, that's when you know you've put too much pressure, or stop putting more pressure, I mean. That's your indicator, if I'm explaining myself right. And then, as far as this, you will need a fluid pump, a regular one, meaning mechanical, or an electrical one if you're fancy. You'll need the badge tool. I don't know if maybe this one fits many different Audis or whatever, but this one actually was too long right here, so I had to cut it a little bit, and then it will just snake and fit right there. You'll pump fluid until it starts falling out. Once it starts coming out, then you can start the car and let it run. Let it run for a little bit until the temperature reaches, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll put it up. Once you start filling it up, once the temperature reaches that point, then you fill it up until it dribbles out. Once it dribbles out, then that's it. You just close up the hole and you're done. Alright, so it looks like we reached that point. So I'll be right back. I'm going to look over the temperature and I'll show you the rest. Alright, so after you run it and you scan it, can't really tell with the car. The car is off right now. But make sure you get it up to temperature. Jeez. Before you get up to temperature, before you close it again, or else your transmission's not going to be filled and you'll really start having issues. So I'm going to tighten this up. check everything. Make sure you tighten everything. Make sure nothing's leaking. So this whole car is a mess. And then you've done it. You fixed the transmission leak on your 2098 through 2003 or 4 Passat. I'm not really sure, but you did it. All you. Just a little help. All right, guys. Hopefully you found this video helpful.